Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for being here today. This is Gina and I'm so happy to share with you today. Today I want to share 14 animated movies that you should watch. I hope that you like it. And also I'm so sorry if you hear a little bit of noise in the environment. It's because it is a weather really stormy and windy, but I am trying my best. So, however, let's start again. What I want to share is Red's Winner. I love this movie because it's really different. It's available on Netflix, and also they have like the main story and the second story have a different kind of animation. The second one story is much more like stop motion, and the main story have like a animated animation that is so nice and also really interesting itself. And it share a lot of how Middle East struggle during the war, and also their religion. It also don't take in irrespectfully about the belief in God or different kinds of belief in God. They actually just purpose of a culture for religion, culture during the war. That kind of different development of the war just sucking a little bit your soul. And actually the main story is about that. It's someone to refuse to lose their soul. So it is really amazing. I love it. I love the colors. I love how it develops. It's so overwhelming, and at the same time it's just very sweet and nostalgic, and it gives you a lot of encouraging, and I love it. I really recommend this one. The second one that I want to talk is Spider-Verse, and I really love this one because it's so visually amazing. Also, I like the story. I like how they how they choose a different and uncommon Spider-Man during the whole history of Spider-Verse, and it's so nice how they put it. It's like also like read a comic and it start to come in alive. It's so nice, so awesome, and so enjoyable. And also at the same time the colors are amazing, the soundtrack is amazing, it pushes you out everything, a lot of things. I lost my breath in that kind of movie. I remember that I just have watched like 4 times. The 4th time I just end up reading so many parts and so many things. I love that the color is amazing. So I hope that you enjoy it too. The next one that I want to talk is Wolf Children, actually like the other side, because it's really calm and modest and also like really sweet. It also talks about a different family and how the main character struggles to give a really free life to their children. That is really nice. Actually, I really enjoyed it because it's so inspiring. Maybe it's someone that they want to be dad or mom or just have a family, because sometimes we can be selfish without a purpose because we are expecting something of someone, or we don't let it be free. So I think how the people can find the freedom in a different ways. So that's so nice, so cool. I love the animation. It's so soft, so brilliant, so calm. So it's so nice and really nice to see like a Sunday movie Tuesday movie night. So I I really recommend it. This one. The next that I want to talk is one of my favorites. It is from Up of Poppy Hill. It is one of the Studio Ghibli by Garo Miyazaki. It is also available on Netflix. I think like the whole movies of the almost of the all movies that I'm going to mention, they are available on Netflix. At least for VPN, they are available. But I am sure of that because in my country they are, so probably your country they are going to be much more. So, however, come back. The next one I want to talk is about From Up of Poppy Hill. It's one of my favorites. I love how it develops. I love the story. It was developed in a social cultural interaction of two teenagers. They are the main characters, and they have different struggles by the fact that the war that is also happening like 8 years ago, and it shows you the war in a different way, not also like the more actionable like the more cheap way that they sail the war. They just show you just teenagers struggling with their history, what happened with their families, what happened with their country, and they also show us a different Japan that is debating into tradition and also to the fast, I don't know how to say it, to the fast development of the industry. It's so nice to see how it develops, how they tell the story. All the characters are so interesting, but they don't hate some of the main characters. The story is so nice and actually it's so cute. I really enjoy the colors. I love how it was animated. It's so real and actually so calm. So I love it very much. The next one that I want to share is also from Studio Ghibli, but this time by Hayao Miyazaki. It's Laputa called Castle in the Sky. I love this movie because it's so nice. It's very calm. The main characters are so young. They are almost kids, and they erase everything that is very common in the Hollywood animated movies, that you have the polarization, the good and the bad. You have a really deep development of every character that are really interesting and so nice. I also finished loving one of the bad ones itself, that because they are so nice. How they grow together, how they change your mind, how they learn together, and actually the environment, the creativity of the story is so well. And I mean, I am pointing different movies because we already know a lot of Studio Ghibli, but Spirited Away are whole moving castles that I love them of course, but they are the most they are the movies that they notice the most. So I don't want to mention that a lot of things that we already know. The next one is also by Studio Ghibli and is Whisper of the Heart. Is also by Hayao Miyazaki. It's a really different environment. It talk about two teenagers that live in Tokyo and how they develop their dreams, how they struggle for it, and also tell the story how teenagers need to really purpose something and how you can be better with your purpose, and maybe you can just adapt yourself to that struggle. And also they mark a lot the part that if you want something, you really need to struggle for it. It's not like you are going to go easy by it. You need to put a lot of your time, a lot of your mind, a lot of things in it. So I love it, and actually it's kind of sweet, it's so romantic, it's so nice, and I really like the main characters. They don't have like they just talk about how people struggle to chase these dreams and have different goals on how they can go bring the people together by it. So it's so nice. The next one is also, let me see. Yes. The next one is also part 4 Studio Ghibli. And like I mentioned before, we already know Spirited Away, but I don't know why we didn't know this one, because I think this is like the queen of all the Studio Ghibli stories. Is Princess Mononoke is so different, so really well done. It's a fantastic movie with a lot of fantasy, with a lot of tradition, with a lot of story, because it's also tell you a lot of cultural ethnicities that Japan has, and also tell you how Japan struggle with the main tradition, on how they need to grow itself for the industry, because they need to set up their people, to give their people, I don't know, to give the opportunity to their people to adapt to the new world that they are. And so they were. Thank you very much for also, I want to mention that thank you very much to keep up with me. I've been kind of company this stormy day, because I know it is kind of difficult to see something that is changing a lot in just by the light and the noise. So thank you very much if you keep it today, because I don't have a microphone yet. But I am struggling a lot. If you know how can I found a microphone for my camera, because I don't know, I watch a lot of people with a camera and their microphone, but I don't know where I can find one. I also look in Amazon what was the name that I have to use. I don't know. So, however, I don't remember if I finished that I want to say by Princess Mononoke, but it's an incredible movie, so really well done, animated, so enjoyable. Visually it's amazing. All the characters have a story to tell you. All the characters are really strong, but the women in every Studio Ghibli story are so strong in a different ways. So I really recommend you Princess Mononoke and all the Studio Ghibli movies. The next that I want to share is The Big Fish and Begonia. It is also available in Netflix. I love this one because it's really different, and also the cultural inspiration is taken of some of the way of living in China. They are so nice. They think a lot of spiritual characters. I love how they design every character different, and how they share the kind of different kind of powers. But none of them are the same. Some of them are just moved by plants, some of them are much moved by water, but they have a different and specific way to use their power. I love the story. The main character is a girl that is so strong, that is struggling by her own selfish same, but at the same time by a kind show love by someone else. That is very, very interesting, how she can sacrifice part of her world just to save someone. So it's really interesting. I really like the colors. Eventually they're really different than the common colors that I like, but it's so nice and so enjoyable itself. And I just love how the story develop itself. Is really easy to watch, it's really interesting to watch, and the animation is really cool. It's not that powerful, but I love how they work with it. And I just, the main characters is like a dream. If they put on life just I don't know, like an anime series with every character telling a story, I for sure I'm going to watch them because I love it. It's so nice, and actually I really want to have a story about their world. Like, I mean, I love Big Fish and Begonia, but I am perfectly sure that if I have just a manga, an anime to watch with that same inspiration, I will love it. The next one that I want to share is A Silent Voice. This is one of the most beautiful ones that I ever watched. Actually, my partner Titan showed it to me, and I love it. It's really different. It talks a lot of how people always have the opportunity to change, to grow, to enhance themselves. That everybody deserves second opportunities, and how your actions actually have a main thing to do. Like, you cannot change that, but you can grow yourself, and you are just able to force yourself to pass the different things, because the life is not playing, and every decision you take have a consequence of it. So I love it because it's much more sweet than I am telling, because it's so like, you make something bad, so you're going to struggle a lot. It's not exactly like that. It's actually talk a lot of redemption, of love, of sweetness, and actually you see the main character grow. You see every character grow. You see how maybe the people are struggling in different things or in different ways, and if someone make a really big mistake, it doesn't mean that that person is a bad person. Just make a mistake and maybe have a second opportunity. Of course, I want to make a disclaimer, because if I don't know, if that movie talk about someone who have a sexual violence by someone else is not right. I don't have redemption. But you know, some struggles, and when you are a kid and you are being stupid and sad, you can change that redemption and grow and find yourself and be yourself in a free way. So that's what I mean. The next one that I want to share is The Boy and the Beast. I really enjoyed this one because the whole story is really different. At least myself, I am not expecting that, because the main character have something similar with different common movies, or really commonly stories that we already know, also in animated, or like the superheroes. But it's not about superheroes, but the development itself is really spiritual, really deep in their self, and talk a lot, oh my god, talk a lot about that brain is playing with me. I was talking about The Boy and the Beast, but I don't remember what was the last thing that I was trying to share. So, however, it just like trying to resume. It was an amazing story. The main character is so interesting. I like how they put just not like a martial art to learn, just like a really deep spiritual journey for the main characters. Also how they change itself, and how eventually if you arrive to one point where you are very successful yourself, you always have the opportunity to search new goals, to learn more about it. Eventually, maybe you take different ways. I love how this story was developed. I love the drawing. I like the blue color, the intense blue colors that they have, and how they change it because eventually by the environment of the emotion that they have there. The next one that I want to share is Nausicaa, the Ballad of the Wind. It's really cool. It's of course by Studio Ghibli, by Hayao Miyazaki. I love this story. It's a super empowering women that have a lot of power and also is a warrior, but not whatever warrior. She never kills. She's a kind soul. So they show how she struggles with it and how she actually changed the world, how she was able to change, to learn how to change the point of view of everyone, because she was focused in a different thing, not just the negativity or the superstition that everything is bad. The common selfishness that we as some human beings have look in the environment. So it was very interesting, and actually how real it is right now, because eventually it's a fantastic heroic story, but at the same time you can feel that realism of how we human beings live. So it's really interesting, it's so nice, it's actually have a little bit of sparks of terror in it. You have a lot of parts that are purely warrior and so nice. I really like it to see it. We have a lot of action, a lot of interaction, a lot of movement. Also, it's really well animated and is one of the old ones productions of Studio Ghibli, and is wall by hand. So this is really impressive to watch it. The next one that I want to share is the tale of the Princess Kaguya. This one is also from Studio Ghibli and it's really well done. This is a piece of art. It has like inspiration, the drawing, the animation also is inspired a lot by the ancient Japanese drawing, and it's so beautiful. The colors are so beautiful. The story is a little bit cruel but real. They have a lot of rage, pure emotions feeling there, and also change. For me, it gives me intentionally that vibe to let you think what it really make me happy, and how we human beings had that structure, that the happiness is just being wealthy and had a lot of things. But in the tale of Princess Kaguya, you learn how if you maybe was in a different environment, maybe that's not the real enjoyment of life. So it is really interesting. You really have to see it. I think that it deserves just a museum of every picture of this movie, because it's so beautiful to watch it. It's really impressive. It's just a delight to watch it. My neighbor's Yamada, of course, this is a Studio Ghibli movie, but I love it. I really enjoy it. My partner and I watch it a lot because it's so funny. It's really real, because it's a really different family. Let's for us, we are in the other part of the ocean, but we feel a lot of that kind of inter-family interaction that it make it so interesting, so funny, so enjoyable. And some parts are like, I mean, it has the intention to make you laugh, to not be serious, to not be a perfect donor, have a perfect picture, so a perfect inspect to draw. It's just really, really cool, really enjoyable, and I really think that the man that I don't remember, or the people that make that kind of shorts put it in a wall movie are genius, because I always enjoyed that. And the colors are really well done, so calm and enjoyable. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I really recommend you this one if you are having a bad day, if you are struggling with something, you watch this and you end up laughing about different situations, different struggles, different interactions. It's so well done and really nutritious itself. And the last one is Klaus. It's a Christmas animated movie by Netflix, and eventually I'm not really a fan of a lot of Netflix movies, but in this one I think like they put a lot of love and effort in it. Actually, the story of Christmas is really different, have a really common it have actually the common characters that we usually have in every Christmas movie, but they put it in a way that is so nice, so deep. Actually introduce different fantasy cultural inspiration in there. Actually they put like a real deep reason for Christmas gifts that is so nice. Like, it's not a gift, it's the kind action that left the feeling of the Christmas. So it's really well done. I really enjoy how the main character developed itself, how you start hating him, and how you watch them grow, and also we grow with it in some way. I love the second main characters, are so sweet, are amazing. How do you usually judge people just by how they look, but we don't know their story, we don't know why they make. So it's so nice, so different, so sweet. I am really enjoy it. I think it's a perfect movie that you can show to your kid and being enjoyable. I have just not just entertainment by entertain your kid. I think it's going to be a nursing entertainment that me as an adult can say that I really learned something by it. That I think it's not just to watch something amazing visually or fantastic, it's just to have a movie that you watch and you learn something or have something just more than just visually impressive. Because the stories can tell you a lot of culture, a lot of different story of the story of different countries, how they struggle with it, what they mean for that, how they interact. So it is not just a blind animated movie that give you action and don't tell anything. So that's why some of these one are my 14 recommendation of animated movies for you. So thank you very much for being here. I am really grateful you keep that, because I know that the weather was really noticeable there. Eventually I'm inside my house with the windows closed, with all the lights unplugged on, but really it's just like through, let me think, like 14 hours and a half, and it's totally dark and it's raining, pure rainy, and we have thunders and a lot of lights down, and we come because also we have a hurricane there, like, you know, a tornado, like in the next in the neighbor city there. So it was really windy and I don't know, impressive. But thank you very much. I really want to record this one today and share it. So thank you for being here, and see you in the next one. Let me know what do you think. Do you have another animated movie that you think that I should watch? So thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!